everybody ready for round 2 of the Monday Night IG live series with Podcast Babes? I am so excited for this next author. I can't wait for you to hear her story. Let's get her on. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us on our live today. Here. I don't know how to turn around the squares so that the guest is on the top and I'm at the bottom. It happened the first time, and I'm not sure how I can get that back. So if any of you IG tech people know, please let me know. Hello, Yayoi. Welcome back. Hi, Violet. Hi, Simona. Let's get our guest Nina on. There we go. Let's see if that works. It's been such a pleasure interviewing all you ladies and really hearing all your stories, reading all your chapters, and the editing process. It's been so much fun. Let's see. There we go. Let's see if that works. Instagram has been just a little temperamental tonight, just in case you haven't noticed. Hi, Celia. All right, let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, wait. Let's see. Did this work? There we go. Maybe that will work. Let's get it started. Let's get our Nina on. Invite. Don't worry, guys. It's the third time that's usually the charm. We're almost there. I know. I see you, Nina. I'm trying to get you on. Let's try it this way. Go live with Nina. Did that work? Nope, that one didn't work. One more time. Invite to join. Let's try it that way. Nina, if you can maybe send me requests, sometimes that works. There we go. We got it.
There we are. Hi, everybody.
You look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, I'm excited to be here. This is
Yes,
fun.
me too.
I was listening to all the other interviews, and so nice to meet the authors face to face after reading some of their chapters. I loved it.
Yes, I am so excited to interview. So everybody, this is Nina Perez. And is there a little feedback? Because if there is, I think I might have to mute myself. Or maybe we can mute while the other is talking, because I think I hear some feedback. Can I see in the comments if you hear some feedback? Do you hear it?
But there's a little bit every single video. I don't know what that's about.
Okay. So I think let's do it like this. When I'm talking, you mute, and vice versa. Okay?
I don't know how to mute myself.
So there's a little microphone on
yes.
the bottom. Yeah. There we go. Perfect.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good.
So when I'm done talking, then you can go and we'll make that. I think that'll cut out the feedback. So I am so excited to be here with you because this is Nina Perez, guys. And she not only is one of the authors of the chapters in the book that we're writing, but she has also been an editor, a key editor in this entire process, and having you be a part of the team, the leadership team, writing the chapter, and as an editor has been such a blessing. So I'm so excited for this interview and to really dive into all the juicy insights that you have. So first, let's get into you and your chapter and like your moment of like shifting pain into power. Can you tell us a little bit about that moment?
Yes. Through reading all the chapters, I read many moments that were gradual, but for me, that was so not the case. My moment was a moment where it was like it slapped me in the face. It was like I woke up all of a sudden, and it was a very strong like relaxation where I finally heard it. I finally like downloaded the information. And what I want to share, because you can read the chapter just to hear the whole story, but what I want to share about these moments that we go through, where we turn pain into power, where we have an aha, like a breakthrough, an awakening. These moments are so intense that not only do you have that awakening, but you also feel it in your body. Like you have such a strong emotion. You remember where you are, who you're with, what's going on. Because I think it's because you make a strong decision or commitment and you have this knowing. And so you feel it with all your senses. And that's how it happened for me. But the thing that I think is more interesting about those moments is that whatever was holding you back, whatever the shackles you had, the beliefs, the ignorance, or the unconsciousness, that gets released in those moments. And then there's this like energy that you feel, this freedom, it's invigorating. So I love those moments now. I embrace them, I chase them. I want to feel those moments because I feel like that's what we're here for. We're here to evolve, to grow, to go to the next level of consciousness. So my moment was very stark. I woke up and it changed my life. There's like a before, the Nina after, and you can read it all in our book. It's a very fun story.
I love that. You couldn't have said it better. So, I recognize that for myself too, and I think that that's such a great thing to talk about how there is power in pain, right? And how those moments are actually what pushes you forward to make change, right? And typically we don't look at it like that when we're going through it. It's like,
But they make the story so juicy, right? Because we remember the moments because they're so intense and they're like the breakthrough. I mean, yes, it's painful, kind of like birth, but you wouldn't trade it for the world because after that, look what happens. This beautiful baby, this beautiful new person, this beautiful chapter in your life, this beautiful you. So, yes.
I could not agree more. And there's a philosophy about like Kinsho and Satori moments. And it's about that, about how there's moments where we grow because we're searching for that growth, we're searching for that next level. And then there's these other moments that our growth actually comes from pain. And I love what you're saying about how like you can feel it with all of your might and all of your senses, and that there's this knowing, because that's how my story started too, right? Like there was this knowing where it's like, this cannot be anymore. Like I have to change something. I cannot be in this direction. And I love that you can feel that in your chapter. And I think so many women also felt that in their chapter. There's this one moment, this awakening where there's like, all right, I'm fed up, right?
Yes, for sure. And sometimes, sometimes it's a long time coming. Like there's like whispers, there's like these things that circle around you, but then boom, you wake up. It's like eyes open. Oh, yeah, I find that fascinating, exhilarating, and those are the moments we live for. I really think that those are the moments that make up our lives. When we're like at the end of our days and we look back, it's those intense moments, those moments of decision, those moments where you're like, that's it. You draw a line in the sand, you make a commitment, you take, you open the door, you cross the threshold, whatever it is that is happening for your life, you take that action, you get past the fear, you do it with the fear, and yeah, and those moments make up our life. Yeah.
I love that. And so I feel like as I have been reading the ladies' chapters, right, as one of the editors, the final editors, and putting it together, like I can recognize that in other people's chapters too. And it's made me like, it's really brought me to tears in how universal our pains and our struggles really are. And it's been such a beautiful process to like read all these chapters and see that the strength that we all hold as a collective, as strong, powerful women. What has your experience been like reading these chapters?
Yes. So it's very different than in writing. You know, like this is my second chapter. I have another book I wrote with another group of people called The Musical Imprint. And this anthology, it was so interesting to be on the other side, to be part of the group. It was amazing. Just to say, your leadership, Kat, just bringing us all together and making this a community project was really beautiful. Like it was such a great journey for me. And so being the editor, like reading and trying to get behind like the meaning of a lot of the things and trying to make it flow, it actually made me feel the chapters deeply. Like I felt the heart-wrenching moments. I felt like I knew the authors just by reading their chapters. And that's like actually what I hope that most readers get, that you know, these women and everything they went through and how they turned their pain into power, and you can see the process, you can hear the unfolding, you can, they take you on the journey so well. I really fell in love, and it just made me so inspired and hopeful for humanity. You know, like, and also I felt so grateful that I know all of you guys. You know, I was like, wow, you know, because they say you got to surround yourself with amazing people, and so reading each of the stories, it really made me kind of like feel reverence towards the women in the group. I feel like I know you guys better now, differently, and I'm proud of every woman that has written a book, a chapter here. I'm inspired, and I feel like there are so many tools in this book. There's so many ways, different ways to get to wherever you're going. There's all these paths being revealed, and that's so valuable. It's like, you know, if you don't know what to do, if you're stuck, if you're feeling like, you know, you're the only one, read one of these chapters and it will help you get out of the way. It will help you move forward. It'll help you, give you hope and agency and a path forward. And there's just, yeah, there was a lot of variety, a lot of beautiful stories, a lot of pain. You know, I did cry many times. I did feel it many times. And I was also in awe many times. So that was a wonderful part of this experience. So thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know if you got to see in the comments, but everyone is saying how wonderful that you have been as an editor and giving all the feedback. Even for my chapter, I loved all the feedback that you gave me. And I feel like you did it with such thoughtfulness and such grace, and really helped us to like dive in so that we could truly describe what was happening to us in such a beautiful storytelling way, which is perfect because you are a connection coach and you talk so much about storytelling and connection in your coaching, which I love about you. And what the audience may not know is that you were also one of the people that took us through the journey in writing the book as well. So we started with a presentation from you about how to embrace your inner writer and how to really start seeing yourself, just like we were talking with Yayoi in the last session. We were talking about I am statements and how powerful it is, and how we started to embrace like I am a writer, I am an author, and you talked about like rituals and tips and tricks that you did in your last book. And I was just wondering, like, what carried over to this book, or did you have any new rituals? How did you handle writing
Oh,
this
yes.
chapter?
Yes, yes. Actually, in this book, so in my first chapter, I only gave one ritual. In this one, I gave three different ideas, three different rituals, three different ways that you can try these different things to move you forward. And you know, um, what I find interesting is that most people don't give themselves credit. They don't see the goodness. They look at the gap, you know, this is what I'm not good at, and so on. And they don't look at the game. They don't look at how amazing they are. And when I point them to be like, let's harvest your past, let's mine your past, let's look at how are you phenomenal? What have you done in the past? Give me a story of something you've written in the past. Did you write a thank you note? Did you write a newsletter? And then you start like helping people jog their memory. And they're like, oh my God, yes. And then the confidence, it goes up so quickly. And all they did was remember who they were. Like it was already there. They already did these things. Is that we so easily forget our greatness and we remember our lack, and we just have to flip the switch. We just really need to look at ourselves like There's a photo I love on Canva where there's this little cat and she's looking at herself in the reflection of the window, and there's this lion. And I'm like, that's how we need to see ourselves, right? The lion that's within that is dying to come out, and not the little cat, or not the lack, or not what's missing or what's broken or what we haven't done. We just need to look at the progress, what we've done in the past, what we can learn from it. And sometimes people will say, I don't have that, Nina. I don't have this. Haven't done this, whatever. Then I say, well, borrow it. Borrow it from somebody that you've seen it. If Oprah did it, you can do it. If somebody else crossed the 4 minute mile, you can do it. All you need to do is put your energy towards it, your focus, your love, and you will be able to get there. So harvest your past or borrow from somebody else's, and just, keep moving forward.
I love that. That is such great advice to embody in all areas of life, right? So not only in writing your chapter, but like you're saying, if there's something that you want to accomplish, look for your past accomplishments or borrow from somebody else. That's such beautiful advice. And I can't tell you how many people got so much out of that initial training. That was one of the trainings that really, since it set it off, like everyone started saying, you know what? I remembered when I used to write in high school. I remembered all the newsletters that I used to write for this particular organization. I remember that I wrote screenplays, and people really started to step into the fact that I am an author. So thank you so much for doing that for us, because I truly feel that that's a big part of what got us moving and rolling so fast and everybody excited about writing their chapter.
Yeah, and I think it removed a lot of resistance, right? Because we start thinking like,
Yeah.
I've never done this before, and what am I going to say? Is it relevant? All these things. But then if you start building on, yes, you've done this, and all of a sudden, it doesn't take a lot. It's so funny. It doesn't take a lot, but we need to just start that habit of celebrating ourselves and our past accomplishments and reminding ourselves.
Absolutely. I am so excited for the world to read your chapter. What do you want readers to know about your chapter in terms of what they could do next after they read your chapter, after listening to this live?
So after they read the chapter, I want them to go and get the gift, because everybody that is in the book has so many stories, tools, things that can help you. Because yeah, and so if you're ever stuck, you don't worry. You look at the gift, and you'll have like this manual of possibilities of ways that you can move past your being stuck. And then I want people to kind of leave with the idea that they're not alone, that there's always help available, that all you need to do is share your story, speak up, raise your hand, and there's going to be people that are going to rally around you, that are going to support you. You just need to say, hey, I'm here, I need help. Or you need to share, to say, hi, I'm here and I want to collaborate, or I want to play with you guys. I always encourage my son, like, go and make a friend at the park, and he's like, I just say hi. I'm like, yeah, just go and say hi and connect, right? And just put yourself out there. And most of the time, it's going to go really well. And when it doesn't, it's okay. You pick yourself up, you learn from the mistake, and you continue moving forward.
I love that so much. And yes, you heard it here first. Within our book, there is a gift, right? So we're compiling all juicy tips and tricks and freebies that we are giving away, so that after you read our chapter, you will be able to continue to connect with us more and use the same exact tools that we use to turn our pain into power. So stay tuned, guys, because our book is going to launch on October 18th, and you want to be there where Nina will be speaking and talking more about turning pain into power. We'll have juicy interviews, and that's the day that you'll be able to get our book for a special price that day only. So you don't want to miss that launch. So October 18th, the link to register is in our bio. So don't miss it. We'll see you then. Thank you so much, Nina. You're such a blessing. I was blessed the day that you came into my life, and I could not be more grateful for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing with us today. I love you, and I will see you soon.
Thank you, everybody. I love you back. I love everyone. And I'm so excited to have this chapter go into the world. This book.
Yay! Have a great
Bye,
night, Nina.
everyone. Bye.